Ooh, aloha. Good evening, everybody. Oh, I don't like this light on me. We are live. I wasn't gonna go live until exactly at 8, but there's stuff happening here. It's a little extra creepy tonight. We've got footsteps about 10 feet away from me, 10 yards away from me. It's, yeah. So I'm keeping the little light pointing right there. Oh, bro. Uh, yes, so we're gonna go ahead and begin now. This place is creepy tonight. Bruh. Hey everybody, how's it? Good evening, Brenda. I was kind of hoping I could see my live. Hey, how's it? Brenda, how's it? Ilani, how's it? I can't see my chat for YouTube unless I push the button every 3 seconds. But we'll make do. Yeah. So tonight is a little extra creepy. I'm at Judd here by myself. Judd Trail, Morgan's Corner, whatever you want to call it. Then there's something walking around the bush right over to my right, maybe about 10 yards or so. I heard a loud thump and then footsteps. So, Sandy, how's it? Wow, this place. Whew. Hey Neil, how's it? So we shall begin. Yep, close enough. I have my YouTube seer going. I never got anything yet. I'll let you guys know when I get something. Hey, Caliente, how's it? Man, this place is, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the first time in a while I've been here by myself. Janice, how's it? How's it? But yeah, oh man, this place. Aussie, how's it? Oh, we got a picture of, yeah, you can see both of them. I don't know what this is. The guy pushing a cart of sorts. I was gonna say happy Aloha Friday, but it's not Friday, it's Tuesday. Hey, mahalo for the star, Sandy. Thank you. So yes, tonight we are going to be talking about the infamous and famous Huakai Po, or the Nightmarchers. So I used to do tours with Oahu Ghost Tours back in 2008, 2009, 2010, 2012, a little bit. Hey, how's it, Scott? And the rule on that tour was no running, yeah, because I don't care how fast you think you can run, the ghost can run faster. And so, especially about areas where the pulley is, where it's a 900-foot cliff dropped straight down and the wind can be very unpredictable, this is a place where you don't want to run. Well, if it's a lady, I feel a male presence to my side over here, but yeah. Of course, the spirits, the Uhane, are more than welcome to come and join. Hey, no hana hana, how's it? From Maui, aloha. Um, so yeah, I would say no running. I don't care how scared you are, no running, because you cannot run the ghost. The ghost will be waiting for you back in the car, sitting next to you, sitting on your lap like the Disneyland ride, you know. But the only time we run is when we hear drums. Yeah, that's the rule. And thankfully, we have not heard drums very many times at all. I can probably count on the tour, one hand, how many times we've actually heard drums in the valley resonating. Now the conch shell is different. The conch shell echoing off the valley walls is way different than the pahu drum coming down the mountain and chanting and that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, I'm sorry if you get background noise. It was raining a little small kind over here, so you still got the drip, drip, drip. Hey, Obake, how's it? But yes, this place. This place is giving me the heebie-jeebies. Brah. I got here, was nice. As soon as I stepped out of my car, downpour of rain. Hey Chris, how's it? How's it? So yeah, um, night marchers won't necessarily chase you, but they won't necessarily spare you either, right? Yeah, I'm by myself. Looks like army shell. Ooh, army warriors. Ooh, beautiful. And the conch shell, huh? I see the conch shell get the shell on the ground. See, it's so much easier for me to tell stories in my house because don't have anything distracting me. Right now, I get lights shining in my face and I get things happening around. I'm not trying to believe that I can actually see what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Or see anything coming up to touch me or that kind of stuff. But yeah. Oh man. And I've already done the prayers, yeah. So I'm already protected, but I can still feel stuff that is different. Don't look too hard. Don't look too hard. Hey, Melody, that's it. Um, yeah, so the Night Marchers of Hawaii, they are the ghosts, the spirits, the procession of the ancient Hawaiian people, right? In the old days, these Hawaiians were not ancient, they were just Hawaiian people. They would march, they would follow their ali'i, their chief, their king, their ruler. They would follow them down wherever they needed to go, whether it was into battle, whether it was to a heiau or a temple, or whether they would just march around kind of to let them know in their area that the ali'i, the chief, is present, right? And so something would touch my foot. And so okay, we're good. And so in the old days, they would have the pahu drum, the loud um, sound of the boom, 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 keeping the cadence, right? And you would hear that echoing off of the valley walls. Basically, the ali'i would come out at nighttime, so that the ali'i would come out at nighttime, so that the kapu system could be followed and respected. You see, for the ali'i, the kapu system was very strict. Kapu system, you've heard the word tabu, kapu, same thing. Unbreakable laws. Should you break the law, the penalty would be death. Instant. Yeah, just death. You die. Hey Victor, how's it? Hey Phoebe, how's it? Aristocat, how's it? How's it? Hey Obake on YouTube. I keep getting sidetracked because I can feel things watching me all over me. And these are not the regular ghosts that come and listen to ghost stories. Aloha, my name is Joe. I asked for permission to be in the area, same as you. I'm here to share mo'olelo stories, teach, tell spooky stories for Halloween. You guys are welcome to come join and listen, but do not touch me. Do not touch my devices unless I ask you to. If you don't want me here, let me know. Give me a sign and I shall hele on. Mahalo. You know, the wind is so much scarier, yeah? When you're by yourself. And here, over here, good. So the kapu system, you break the law, you're dead. If you were to stand above the ali'i, stand above the king, you would die. If the king were to fall down and you did not go down on the ground and somehow your head ended up above his, you would die. There are many, many different kapus. That was a B, not stuck my finger. That was a bee in my hair, not a finger. Hey Mickey, how's it? Hey Annie, how's it? Brah. I have never gotten stung by so many bees here before. Here's a picture that's randomly generated. There you go. Maybe there's a lady around here watching. Or maybe I'm watching the lady. Kind of what it looks like. So yeah, in the old days, kapu system, you break the kapu, you're dead. Simple as that. The warrior would say, um, the warrior would point you out, and you would die along, and he would say, that one, take that one. And he would, they would kill you, you broke the kapu, and then they would continue marching, right? Helene, how's it? And so you would think that's the rules of the old days, but in this day and age, it's still the same rules. You know, even though the Hawaiians are still marching as spirits, it doesn't mean that you don't need to follow the rules. Yeah. Yes, and I could use one of these right now. Alcohol. No. Oh, look, we got a picture of spirits. But yeah, so even in this day and age, people have still encountered these ghostly processions, and more so, people have been punished for witnessing these ghostly processions. Now, the thing about it is, like Kamehameha the Great said, these people who are not from here, they're not to be held accountable for breaking the kapu because they are ignorant of the rules. But of course, now after watching this live, you can no longer think to be ignorant of the rules because I'm telling you about the kapu and all of that. If you should ever hear the drums, if you should ever see the torches coming from the back of the valley, if you should see the procession of warriors, God help you get down on the ground, prostrate yourself, and lie, bow down to the living deification of a king, the God, the living God, the Ali. Now, some of them had different copies. Some of their copies were you cannot touch the shadow. Some of the copies is you cannot stand above them. Some of the copies was you cannot even see them. If you were to see them, you would die. Of course, the spirits will help out with this, with mist and rain, and just basically scaring the Jesus out of you before they even come through the area. The spirits are nice like that. Keep in mind, it's good spirits, in my opinion, that scare you to make you leave, right? It's the bad spirits that want you to stay. But is that Joe? If it gets bad, maybe move spot. Lots of things going on to distract you in this area tonight. I have not seen you distracted like this before. Beasting? Yeah, exactly. It was raining a little bit, but I cannot just pack up and leave because I get one pop-up tent, I get 2 tripods, 2 tablets, 1 chair. But that's all. I didn't bring my table tonight because I wanted to travel light. So yeah, like what the stories, it'll be all right. I know, it'll be all right. It'll be fine because I just kind of flow, with the stories. Ben, how's it? So we'll get into it. These are some stories of people who have encountered the Huakai Po or the Night Marchers before, right? These are some of their experiences, some of their stories that have been shared with me through one way or another. My first one is by far my favorite one that I heard personally. This one um, was on KCCN FM 100 when the morning drive was DVD, Augie, Lena Girl. In fact, I think that's when around the same time I met you, Mickey. They would have me come on Wednesday mornings and tell ghost stories at 7:45 for the rush hour commute. And I would have people message me on Facebook telling me that they had to turn the radio off because the stories were too scary at 7:45 in the morning. Um, oh, hello there. So this guy called in, and this Hawaiian guy called in to share a story, and they record them first, right? They record the story first. Yeah, look, they're like, yeah, I'm listening. I'm sitting down listening to you. And so they recorded first, and then they kind of edited and played back after the commercials. Um, but so this guy was sharing his story, which was being recorded, and we were talking story and that kind of stuff. And Augie is a comedian now. Was Davey D, Augie, Lena Girl. Augie was trying to crack jokes, yeah, because that's what he does. He tries to lighten the mood, that kind of stuff. But this guy was getting kind of really irritated when Augie would crack a joke because this guy is sharing his story. He's sharing his experience, and he doesn't want people to belittle his experience, right? I remember that's how I knew how serious the story was. As people asked for their credibility, this guy was gonna come down and he's like, "Bro, I know where you work, bro. Well, come over there and slap your head, bro. Shut up, like that, right?" So then this was a story he had shared. Yeah, him and a few friends went out going ghost hunting one night. They go and ghost hunting. They go down the old Pully Road, right? They go up to the Pully Lookout. They walk down the old Pully Road. Just a bunch of local guys, and one of their friend who was from the mainland, right? But he just came down here on vacation from the mainland. This white dude, he didn't know any Hawaiian culture, anything at all, right? So they're going down the old Pully Road. Of course, they get one cooler full of Heinekens behind them, right? And so they stay cruising around, and they get to an area that I'm really familiar with from how he describes it. It's the area of Likeke Falls, the upper area of Likeke Falls. It's a little valley that opens up, and I find it interesting in the daytime how I can notice that there are tea leaves in that valley, but the tea leaves go down the ridge and down the ridge like a V, like they're blocking something from coming out or coming into the valley, right? The tea leaf plants kind of work like a little bit of a barrier. That part scared me. I'm a little jumpy tonight, I guess. And so they're walking down there. They go sit on the little wall over there. They pop open a beer. They kind of just start drinking a beer. And then, to their surprise or pleasure, perhaps, they hear the sound of drums coming from the valley in the back. They hear the pahu drum pounding. Boom, boom. Oh, the guys, they knew what to do already. The local guys, they never hesitate. They strip down to their bibbities and they lie down on the face down on the ground, and they was just praying and praying and praying as the drums got louder and louder and louder and closer to them, right? They were praying and praying for protection to their ancestors, to God, to Kupuna, whoever else they would be praying to, and then all of a sudden they hear a voice above them. What are you guys doing down there? What the heck are you guys doing? And it's their haole friend. This white guy is looking down at these big local brothers that's like, and they're like in tears. They're crying and they're like, they strip down to their underwear because that's what you're told too, right? And they're on the ground and they're crying, and then they look up and they're like, brah, get down, brah. Come on, get down with us. Take off your clothes. Lie down on the ground, brah. Hurry up, brah. The drums, they coming, brah. They coming. And he's looking at them like, yeah, those are people with the drums, so what's the big deal? I'm not afraid of drums. Why are you guys afraid of drums, right? And they're just like, no, bro, hurry up, bro. Hurry up. And so he's still there, just bewildered on how these big local guys are now so terrified of drums, not knowing what's in store for him. And these guys that continue praying, now they shift their focus to pray for him. And as they're praying for him, all of a sudden, they hear their friend scream. And the guy looks up to see the friend being picked up off of the ground by his shirt, like lifting up, being held, his feet kicking in the air like a hand just grabbed him and lifted him. Kicking, terrified, and then his shirt is ripped off of him and he's thrown down to the ground. And then the drumming continues and moves past. No torches, no people, no nothing, just the sound of drums. The guy was knocked out cold. They got out of there. As soon as the drums stopped, they carried their friend back up and they got the heck out of there. Lucky guy, he lived, he survived. He didn't look at the Nightmarchers, he didn't see them, yeah? That's probably why he survived. I believe in terms of Nightmarchers, and I study paranormal activity and blah, 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 and supernatural, and it's a science to me, right? Sometimes, not all the time. You see things manifest from one stage to another, to another, to another. You notice side effects, like your cameras are dying, your electronics are being drained, people are being drained, and then something big happens, right? Energy comes from here, energy comes from there. I would venture a guess, but it's just a guess, that the Nightmarchers, the Huakaipo, were not fully manifested. They were manifested to the point where you could hear, but not see. And if they were manifested anymore, perhaps the guy would not have survived. Janice, mahalo for the stars. Also, hey Sandra, hey Matthew, how's it? And on this side, yeah, how's it guys, how's it? So the Nightmarchers are, yeah. My own personal accounts, I don't know. Don't have many because I don't stay. If I hear something that sounds like a drum, as you guys have seen on the live, Especially last year in October, we were here. We heard drums coming from down there. We got the hell out. Not to be confused by the big guardian that walks around the area when something bad is here, right? That can sound like drums too. It sounds like a tree walking around. Like boom, boom. If it's a steady cadence, then it's drums, right? Another story, yeah? This thing is still on. No more nothing. I was listening to the story. That's funny, the last picture I got was right before I started telling the story. It was this guy sitting down. And then I started telling the story and no more nothing. One night we were at Iolani Palace. Hey Julie, how's it? We were at Iolani Palace doing an investigation or however it was. I forget exactly what it was. A bunch of us were there, and we had the pleasure. Okay, it's kind of how I feel right now. Ya Allah, aloha. So we had the pleasure of listening to a security guard that was hanging out there at nighttime sharing his stories, right? So the security guard would be sharing his stories for us, and hey Kiala, hey Joy, how's it? Good to see you. The security guard was actually not sharing his stories, but he was sharing his grandfather's stories, right? And the time and the things he heard from his grandpa from over from like Laie side, right? North Shore side of the island. So he said that first of all, that I'd like to include this part. It has nothing to do with Nightmarchers, but it's freaking awesome anyway. The Nightmarchers, not Nightmarchers. Laie before then, back by in his grandfather's days, the Laie had no more street lights. It was dark, just pitch black, right? And after the sun went down, nobody would leave the house because the Kepolo, right, the evil spirits that roamed around the area upon the North Shore in the dark. Every now and again, you would have one of the kupuna, one of the elders, leave the house. And they would leave the house with a purpose. They would have a little switch, a bamboo switch, and they'd walk up and down the trails, talking in Hawaiian, chanting in Hawaiian, or yelling in Hawaiian while they're doing this up and down, just doing that. And then when they would come back, he said he remembered, the grandfather remembered when he was a little kid, that it would be covered in blood. Hey, Minsu, how's it? The blood would be from all of the evil spirits in the area. And they're trying to ward them off and get rid of them and that kind of stuff, right? So, yeah, his story, his Nightmarcher story, was one where the grandfather was hanging out with a friend over at what's the EA Point now, before all the houses were there. So there were a few people, there were a bunch of people over at EA Point in the late afternoon, and they were, him and his friend, they were just talking story, just discussing, but they got really, really into it, and so they, as they talked and they talked and they talked, they didn't realize that the sun was getting lower and lower and lower to the horizon. Oh, crap. Sorry, that wind just came from behind me and it felt like it went through me. Oh, bruh, I like to see something. No, I don't see something. I don't know if you guys heard that, but there's something in that bush over there. Aloha. Okay, back to the story. They're hey, like I might be distracted. So, yeah, they were talking story out at EA Point, and the sun went down, and the sun went down, and before they realized that they were the last people there, everybody else had gone home. And this is how I remember the story was they realized that it was like the sun was already setting and it was getting dark fast, and they tried to like walk fast, run back home out of there. And as they were doing this, the sun finished setting and dipped below the horizon. And as the sun did that, they see a line of torches about a few hundred yards away from them, just going across where they're walking towards, just this line of torches. And the line of torches comes nearer and closer and closer and closer until they start to see this line of torches are carried by these big Hawaiian men that also, he described the weapons to us, right? that they could see the weapons very, very clearly. Oh, that's cool. So the first thing I saw when I looked at it when it was developing was on the bottom. Looked like these guys down here, this procession of people, was wearing mahiole. And now see, look, now it's not even a procession of people. Bro, that's so weird, bro. I'm telling you. Now it's a cloud. And as the procession comes closer and closer and closer, one guy from this procession, one Hawaiian, comes up to them, the leader of the procession, and in Hawaiian asks them what their name is. Now the guy, he already knows what this is. The grandfather, he knows what this is. And so what he was taught to do is strip down naked to your bibaris and stand in their presence. Just strip down naked and stand. Which, when I heard that, was like, wait, what? Because I've never heard that before. But it's saying is if you are of rank, you may stand in his presence. Like in the old Hawaiian day, if you were of the same rank, or if you were of the rank of the elite, you were allowed to stand in their presence. So their family was clearly elite blood, royal blood. And so they're standing. So he is doing that. He tells his friend to do the same thing. His friend is one haole guy, but he's born and raised Hawaii, so one local, right? As they're standing down, the Hawaiian man comes up to him and asks him in Hawaiian, "What is your name? What is your family name?" And so he tells him his family name. And the leader turns around and walks down the line of warriors and mentions the family name to each one. And they started shaking their heads, and he went to the next, shook his head, went to the next, shook his head, until eventually one guy nodded his head. "They are my family. Spare him." Because that's what it's said to do as well. If your family is marching with them, they will spare you, right? Not relevant, I feel, but it's a little house. There you go. It's got to get real close. And so he's told by the guy, the leader, he comes back up and tells him, "Close your eyes." And so he closed his eyes, and he kept his eyes closed until the marchers had walked past, until they were all done, and no more sound, no more noise, no more anything around. And then he opens up his eyes to go home, expecting to get lickings from grandma or grandpa, right? But because it's dark. But then he went to go look for his friend, because his friend wasn't standing next to him. The friend wasn't there. His clothes were still there, but his friend was gone. They spent the next few weeks, maybe even, I think he said it was a month or two, searching for their friend, that that friend. But they kind of searched half-heartedly after a while, because they knew what had happened. They knew that the Nightmarchers had taken him with them. Turn from marching in a field. Yeah, picture. Yeah, you saw that too. Yeah, ruins look like Queen Emma's summer home. Yeah, that's actually on my list. I might go there a few times. Yeah, yeah, Obake, you were there with the interview, and Brother Wayne. Yeah, I remember that back in the good old days when I still had black hair in my beard. Not too much though, just a little. So yeah, the Night Marchers, they're different. They're the royalty. You respect them. I mean, it was so important to the point where King Kamehameha, the great, the one who conquered all the islands, the one who the prophecy named, King Kamehameha the Great was such an important figure, so powerful, so much mana. But one of his wives had more mana than him, Keopuolani. Keopuolani, his wife, one of them, was more powerful than him just from birth. And so the king could not stand in her presence. The king had to prostrate himself when she was around. Their children later come in near the second, come in near the third. It was said that Kamehameha, because they had more mana than him, the only way he could play with his children were putting them on his neck to keep them above him. Yeah. Even the king, Kamehameha, had to follow the kapu system and the rules, right? Um, but it differs a little bit, right? Now, it's said that they start in the mountains and they start at the mountains at sundown and they come out to the sea by sunrise or something like that. I don't believe that there's one set of the night marchers that march on every island, in every valley. I think that the night marchers is a procession that has many different people, many different processions throughout the history of Hawaii. Some of them have certain ali'i that are kapu for this, kapu for that. Regardless, though, the one thing that they do have in common is that they are kapu, and we don't mess with them. Now, some people heard that. Oh yeah. Well, I was told by my tutu that when you hear the night marches, you gotta strip down naked and you gotta go shishi all over yourself. That's that's not wrong either. Um, Hearing as many stories as I have, reading as many books and stuff, I'm by no means an expert. If there's an expert, the closest to an expert on this, I would say, would be Lopaka Kapanui, which, by the way, has a book called Night Marchers, which, if you're interested in this, yeah, they're great stories. Yeah, great author, great storyteller. But yeah, yeah, I believe that there's a lot of different night marchers. There's a lot of different processions. There's a lot of different ali'i. There's a lot of different royalty, and for each ali'i, they had to follow different rules and that kind of stuff. Um, but that peeing on yourself, going shishi on yourself, and stripping down naked. See, that's the idea: is to prostrate yourself, to humble yourself, and show respect. Right? Let's see if I can find a picture. I actually got a picture of a night marching trail on top of my phone, which is here because I don't need to use my phone anymore. I'll find it after. Um, but there are other processions on certain nights, right? I don't really remember the nights. Like they're like, oh yeah, the night marches. They march on the full moon night. They march on the 15th night of the moon, something like that. I don't know. I don't. I don't remember that because I believe there are many different processions for many different reasons. Now I could be completely wrong, and they all march on the night of the full moon or whatever, whichever one it is. But there's a special night called Po Akua that doesn't have to be the phase of the moon. Po Akua, Po meaning night, Akua meaning gods, with a lowercase g. I'm Catholic. Hey, how's it, Raymond? Yeah, Melody says there are quiet processions. Hey, Troy, how's it? Yes, there are quiet processions. That makes me wonder, are they fully manifested? Right? Are they a procession that's going on that they just haven't manifested with to the point where we can see and hear and feel the hot wind and hear the hiss of their torches, hear the person doing the oli in the front, that kind of stuff. Janine, how's it? The night of the Akua moon is when most march from what I've heard. Yeah, and that's right around the time of full moon, if I'm not mistaken. But the night of Po Akua, the night of the gods, is the night where a certain procession may march. Now, these night of the gods, these Po Akua, are said to have wind and rain and thunder and lightning. Hi'iaka Ikapoli Pele and her lightning and her pahu and all of that stuff. And during these nights, the procession that comes down is not one of the elite. They're one of the very gods of Hawaii themselves. You don't see torches. You don't hear the drum. You will instead see this big, bright light like a miniature sun coming down the valley. It's said that the trees themselves will bow down to this light, this sun. You will hear one woman above all else, who is Hi'iaka Ikapoli Pele, chanting. You hear one woman chanting above all the rest, and this procession just silently slides down the valley. In the middle of I love nature, don't you? Sorry. Tonight is new moon. I might just want to have this light behind me too now. Hey, you guys heard that? Huh? Ooh, and now I'm blind. I don't want to be blind. Yeah, the tree breaking was right behind me. I mean, it's nature. That kind of stuff happens. But I like how it doesn't happen down there. It doesn't happen all the way over there. No, the freaking thing that happened right behind me. No, that was a tree breaking. It's not windy. It was windy a little, but but it's not windy. You know what? I'll be right back. I would love to take you guys, but I'm not carrying two tripods with me. I'm gonna look real fast. You know what? I'm gonna take a picture, and then I'll show you guys a picture. And I'm back. Yeah, tell me about the Quiet Night Marches. That was brunch, right on the middle of the road. So I had to move it out the road so nobody get hurt yet. Yes, interesting results, but I don't need those words on Ghost Tube with me right now when I'm doing the live. That reminds me of, I was up here one night with Guy, Vilanta. I know what the problem is. What the heck was that? I was here with, one day with my friend Guy Vilanta, and we were just hanging out on the concrete barrier, chilling, hanging out, talking story. And the same thing happened where, but like, it happened all around us. Like, like 10 feet in a circle, branches kept breaking and like exploding on the road and around us and in the bush and everything. And that was a spirit that was very angry because get plenty opala, right? And get plenty opala because even though they get like three signs over here that says no dumping, people still come over here and empty out their car and put a garbage bag, and they think they're doing the place a favor by doing that, but they're not. And the garbage is back and it's bad. So I'm gonna have a truck probably by this weekend, and I can do that. Interesting. Yes, it's October. Joe, did you go back after your last live stream to see if anyone else needed help crossing over or breaking from the bullies? No, I did not. I was told that they did move on, and that's good. Back to the stories. There was a night where there was a night where I did a ghost tour in the back of Manila Valley, Paradise Park. You know, that's kind of where we did the tours anyway, right? We were at Paradise Park, and that's on a Nightmarchers trail. Ooh, I didn't even see that. How come this thing doesn't say nothing? Keys, weirdly shapen keys. And this young girl, well, teenager, no, not teenager, maybe in her 20s or so, shared a story and asked me what this was. She's like, you ever heard of something like this before? And I hadn't. She said that she remembers in Manalo, in the back of the valley, in the back by the ridge, by the Ko'ola Mountains. She was a little kid and they were playing at grandma's house with all the cousins and everybody, all the uncles and aunties having a party. And it was like in the afternoon, like 12 noon, 11, 10 o'clock in the morning. It was early, like sunlight early, yeah? Not even like late afternoon. It was still early afternoon, late morning. And she said she looked towards the mountain because there was this big bright light coming down the mountain. And she heard a woman chanting. And so as she heard the woman chanting, she was just staring at it, and this big, bright orb of light just came down the valley. Or not even the valley, down the ridge. And as it went down the ridge, beautiful. She noticed that the trees were bending over in front of her. The tree, like this thing would go down the cliff, and the trees on the cliff would bend over and form like a tunnel as this thing would go under the tunnel. And so she was watching it, and then all of a sudden the grandma started yelling for everybody to get into the house, and that freaked her out because grandma doesn't yell. Grandma hangs out. Grandma's real chill, mellow, but no, grandma was yelling, "Everybody, get in the house! Get in the house! Hurry up!" And she had everybody line up, run into the house. She told them, go hide under the tables, hide under the chairs, close the windows, no do nothing. No open the doors, no open the windows, just stay here. She's until the chanting was done. And so after a while, the chanting finished, and a little while longer, then she let everybody back out again, right? But she asked me, had I ever heard anything like that? You guys can hardly hear me? How about on YouTube? Can you guys hear me on YouTube? I think I know why. I think the microphone's still on the back. How about now? The closer I get, the quieter it gets. I like to try something. How about, what if I do this? Is this louder? So just testing. Is this louder on this iPad? Better than this? Carlos, how's it? But this one is fine. Okay. So that just means, okay. I'll see you guys later. I'll go do this, and I'm not gonna have any. I can't read any of the comments because the microphone for this bugger, for some reason, is in the back. I can read the comments on here. No fault. Bruh. Hold on. Intermission. Technical difficulties. YouTube is better. Go YouTube. It says I'm live right now. Look at that. I am live right now. Oh, there we go. Yep, I can read the comments on here now. And it doesn't look good though, so let me adjust this a little bit better. There we go, better. Okay. That's odd. I don't know. I'm gonna have to research that. Brah, Maze, you should have come out, brah. You should see my setup, dude. I got so much junk. You might have a solution for consolidation. Sound is okay on your end. Yeah, now it is. Because I don't look at the tablet anymore. Okay, so yeah, that would be When she asked me about that procession coming down the cliff in the middle of the day with the bright light and the one lady chanting, it sounded to me a lot like the procession of the gods, the Akua, the night of the Akua. But there was no wind, there was no thunder, there was no lightning, none of that stuff, which was really interesting. Yeah. Oh, nice. No wonder you can't hear you. Okay, sorry. I don't know why this thing is like that. I might have to try to take off the thing that goes on top of the iPad. Yeah. But yeah, when I started doing the ghost tour, oh, that's awesome. Thank you for the support. Oh, I got another one. When I started doing the ghost tours, it was actually kind of interesting. I had two newlywed couples who came on the ghost tour. See, I can't even see if this is good or not, but yeah, here. Because I can't see what I'm showing on this. Where's the camera? Here's the camera. There you go. Yeah, there you go. I don't know what that is. I don't need to know what that is. So I did the ghost tour. I started in April or May of 2008. And in June, I think it was, maybe June, I had a newlywed couple on the ghost tour that I drove around, told the stories to, and they asked me a question. You know, the wife was kind of like, you know, her and her husband have this bet going on. I'm like, sure. She said, maybe I can help them. I'm like, sure. What's that? What's up? She's like, well, she said we had seen at nighttime. They were staying at the Moana. It used to be called the Moana Surf Rider, the Sheraton. I don't know who owns it now. Best Westin or something. I don't know. The oldest hotel on the island. They were staying over there, and at nighttime they got up and looked out their window and looked, and there was a procession of people coming out of the water in front of the Moana Surf Rider. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, and so they continued. They said they were these big Hawaiian people, and they walked out of the water. They got onto the beach. They turned right, and they walked down the beach towards Diamond Head. And she said it was ghosts, and the husband said it's just the Hawaiians doing their beliefs, practicing their religion, doing their cultural stuff, right? And they're like, you know, so they're kind of like arguing over that, like, oh yeah, you know, the wife's like, yeah, no, it was the ghosts, and the guy's like, no, it was the real Hawaiians, and I'm like, so how deep is the water? Do you guys know? They're like, oh, well, yeah, shallow. It's only a few feet deep. I'm like, how did these people come out of the water? How did that water hide so many people? And you said they came out with torches, right? You're like, yeah. I'm like, doesn't that sound a little weird that they came out of the water with lit torches? I actually researched that because that made no sense to me either, right? These are night marchers that are now going from the ocean, starting at the ocean, where, from what I've read and learned, is they end at the ocean, right? Hey, thank you, Faith, for the stars. See, I'm not even reading this. Thank you, Janine, for the stars. Thank you, everybody, for the stars. Yeah, I'm kind of missing a lot of stuff here because I can't see. I can't see I can see my tablet, but not the screen of my tablet. Um, so yeah, that settled that. I did a little bit of research and I found out that there was a heiau, an ancient Hawaiian temple on the slopes of Diamond Head called the Papa Ena Ena heiau. The Papa Ena Ena heiau was you know, you read about it and you find that it was a heiau that was a luakini, a human sacrificial heiau. This is where one of Kamehameha's wives got sick. I forget which one, and so she had smallpox or some kind of disease that was brought over by the sailors and stuff like that. And so Kamehameha started sacrificing people to his god to make her better. And she stopped him at 40 something sacrifices and said, you know what, it's not going to work. These are different gods. These are the foreigners' gods. Or, you know, you can sacrifice as many people as you want, but I'm not going to get better, kind of thing. So that was once a heiau that was used for human sacrifice, which was dedicated to Ku, the male god, right? Which is ironic because Then Dillingham, Walter Dillingham, built his estate over the Heiau, which they'll think, oh wow, what a rude guy, blah blah blah. I mean, they didn't really know what it was because the Hawaiians overthrew their own religion, tore apart the rocks, that kind of stuff, right? Burned their own idols. Um, and so he lived there, and then he donated his house to a school that's now standing there called La Pietra, which is a school for girls. That's supposed to be very, very haunted too, because you cannot build one girl's school on top of one human sacrificial heiau, where female energy is kapu, female energy is forbidden. It's to the point where I've taken my sister to heiaus and going around, and one of them I went up to was Pu'uomahuka over by Shark's Cove, and that one was used for human sacrifice, and she couldn't get out of the car. As soon as she tried to step out, she got nauseous, she got sick, and she was sick until we come back in, kind of thing. So it's, yeah, you got to be careful with that kind of stuff. But prior to that being human sacrificial heiau, it was a heiau for, I believe, voyaging, where people would voyage too. So it's a heiau where people would come and visit Oahu, walk up into the, walk onto the beach from the ocean in Waikiki, take a right, and walk down towards the heiau, which is exactly what this procession they saw were doing. And so when the second couple asked me in August, I was able to answer them. That's what I realized. That's what I knew, right? Let me see this. Yeah, thank you for the stars. Mahalo, guys. Um, your sister worked at the Moana Surf Rider for 30 years. Wow, that's awesome. There is a room I want to rent over there that they won't rent to anybody but the clergy, I've heard. I would love to do that. Tell me why I didn't know you go live on YouTube till now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying YouTube. This is like my second time, third time, maybe? I don't know. I forget. I lost count. Going live on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously at the same time. And maybe Bombay TikTok. I don't know. I don't know. It's so much stuff. I don't need freaking 10 tablets around me, you know. I don't know which one I go look at. um, today, well, it seems to have mellowed out before I heard that. Sorry. Maybe I should, maybe I should just stay at home some of these days and do my life from my house here, in my air-conditioned room with my Star Wars coffee cups like I used to, right? Oh, bro. Um, Nightmarchers, though, from places I've heard personal accounts of, I've heard personal accounts in Chinatown. Fort Street Mall. Fort Street Mall is called Fort Street Mall because it used to be a heiau, I believe, called the Pakaka. Pakaka Heiau was Fort Street Mall. It's called Fort because Kamehameha the Great lived there, and the heiaus were used as forts. GBGB's, I tell you. You know, it's not that bad just being here, but it's bad that I have no vision at all because I have a light shining in my face. Whew. Um, footsteps. Hello, anybody there? I heard you. Can you make a noise again, please? Bruh, it is so still now. This is the quietest it's been all night. Not even wind. But I feel coldness coming up on my legs. Is there anybody here? Hello? You can make a noise, please. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I am feeling something. 4th Street, you can see people reflecting off the windows. Yep. Yes, I'm alone here. And that's usually how I roll. We'll see. The new places, yeah, we'll talk about that after. God. Oh yeah, I wanted to find that picture for you guys too. Um, yeah, so we used to do ghost tours through Chinatown once in a great while, every now and again. We'd walk up 4th Street Mall telling stories, and we would hear stories from some of the people at 4th Street Mall. They would see in the reflection of the building where KCCN is. It's like a big mirror building. I think has the kind of Ultras offices over there, or used to anyway, on the bottom floor. They would see just torches coming by, not people, just torches. Sometimes I think they said that they would see people, but they would just see like torches floating by. That's what I remember. They would see. Then this one is documented as well. Is they would see documented as in people have said this and it's been written, not like there's videos of it. They would come in the middle of the night and they would see what looks like a gathering of kahuna, but they all no more heads. And from what I've been told, what I've been told is the Pakaka Heiau was probably the most powerful human sacrificial heiau on the island. And it's a place you didn't want to really wander around and be caught by, because if they needed to do a human sacrifice and you were just a random person in the area, you just volunteered. Congratulations, right? But I've even been told by Uncle Joe Espinda that they would even have heads on sticks to ward people away from there, and it's that kind of energy, you know what I mean? Which kind of describes 4th Street Mall area pretty well. And I think that 4th Street Mall was built over the ruins of the Heiau because it's kind of elevated there. And they have an underground, which I would love to see. Yes, and the Methahunis live over there too. It's great to get out of the house sometimes, but 31 days straight, I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, that's man. I know that there's more stories. I just can't really focus right now. I will show you guys the picture because this thing will actually show me anything more. For the Nightmarchers Trail, it's actually called the Elite Trail. They used to have an Elite Trail over at Manoa Falls, right? You would walk up Manoa Falls Trail to the falls, and there were remnants of the Elite Trail. The rocks were placed together, almost like paved, where it's not like you walking on rocks and you're gonna trip. These rocks are flat, and they were put perfectly together. They were paved perfectly together. It was beautiful. They were fine. You know, unfortunately, when they redid that, they also got rid of the Elite Trail, which kind of upsets me. But they don't know. Yeah. I remember though when you walk up to the falls, there's that little left that'll take you back on the switchback that'll take you up the ridge. There's remnants. There was a bunch of remnants over there before as well when I went there. So if you still wanted to go see one, yeah. If you wanted to see one in its full glory, go do the Likeke Falls in Kaneohe. Yeah, let's see if this works. It takes a few second delay, but right there. You can see how the rocks are placed perfectly together. This is on my Facebook, by the way. Not my profile, but my purple page. With, yeah. Here. Here's the Elite Stones. You can tell because they're placed together and they are elevated, right? And sometimes, most of the time actually, there's even a little trail, like a foot trail, dirt path on the side of it. That's where the Maka'ainana, the common people, would march to make sure that their heads were not above the elite, right? Now, I'm holding myself to the 31 days, bro. We'll see. We'll see. 31 days and working all the time, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I look forward to this all year. So tomorrow night, I will be doing other stories. I'm gonna be putting this picture on too. I hope you guys like the little video I made. I'm learning how to make that kind, yeah. Make that kind of videos to advertise. So that you guys know what I'm talking about. But tomorrow, I will be talking about the pohaku. In the rock there is life, in the rock there is death. Here's a pohaku that didn't really have a good time, and I don't know what I'm. There you go. Yeah, he doesn't look very happy. Yeah. Hope to make it out a few days. Yes, me too. Cause no fun being by yourself. But yeah, we still got time. If you guys want to hang out and try to do something, it's feeling all right now. We'll see if we can. If this will stir things up. If it is, I'll kind of stop. But we will do some investigations. Ghost tube. Let's see if it says anything over here. So if there's any spirits in the area, what was that flash of light? That would like to be known, please feel free to say something, to do something. You guys can say words, sentences, whatever you want through here. I'm not quite sure how it works, but you're more than welcome to try. If you guys want to make a noise in the bush as well, you guys are welcome to do that, because now I'm prepared for it. Now I'm asking for it. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, like, subscribe, hit the bell, like, subscribe, share, however you guys do them. We will be doing this every night for the month of October. Hopefully, if I can find a way to mobilize my 2 tablets. I really enjoyed last year. Thank you for the stars, Scott. Mahalo. I would like, if I can mobilize myself, I will take you guys for a hike. I really loved doing that last year. We went up into the forest, we hiked around here, we went down to Jackass Ginger Falls down over there and shared the Mo'o story. You know, I just need to find a good way to harness 2 iPads at the same time, yeah? And be able to carry around the 2 iPads with me. I found a bunch of ridiculous looking setups. But it seemed was not quiet the other night. Yeah, the EMF thing is working. Let me try 2 of them. I cannot see the comments right now. Ghost tube, ghost tube. Yeah, we can run 2. Oh, low volume. Hello, is there anybody there? Is there anybody here? Can you tell me how many of you there are tonight? This is what I'm looking at. Flip this thing around too. Can you tell me how many spirits there are around here tonight?
Negative.
Negative. You cannot. Is that because you don't know how to count, or because you cannot count how many there are? Or there's none? Or there's negative? There's negative spirits, like -3. Not like negative, like bad. Yeah, thank you for all the likes on the video, guys. And on Facebook too. I don't know how to see it though from here. I'm gonna flip you guys around again. If you guys like see the surroundings. Let me flip this bugger around. How do I do that? that's, I don't even know if you can see that, you guys. Yeah, that's my view. It's got the trees over there. Wow, YouTube is so much better than Facebook, I swear. Yes, the hiking idea is great at nighttime, especially. Yeah. Anything else the Ghost Tube would like to say tonight? If not, I'm gonna give you guys 10 seconds.
Please.
Okay.
Convenient.
Please and convenient. Would you like me to turn off? Or would you like me to...
Who is she?
Who is she? Who, the lady that went up?
Nothing.
Okay. Oh, you are a chatterbox, this one. Can you make the iPad one go off? Can you try to talk on the other one? Who is she?
Liar.
Liar.
Shovel.
Shovel. I don't know what you mean. Can you tell me something else? Oop. Or I could just drop my whole phone.
On the table.
It told, as I dropped it, it told me on the table. No, I never bring the table tonight, son.
I'm following.
Oh, you're following. Are you subscribing too? Bro, you get the ghost following me already. I mean, not home, I hope, but yeah. There you go. That's kind of cool. That's kind of funny.
I know.
I know. And that was a tablet. Okay. I know. What do you guys, spirits? You guys want to say anything? What do you guys think about doing this? About me doing this, coming over here? What advice do you have for me? Do you enjoy it? Do you dislike it? That beep beep sound you're hearing is because my phone, I'm putting it by the magnet of the flashlight. Okay, anything else you want to say tonight? I'm gonna turn them off.
What year is it?
What year is it? It's 2024. What's the last year you remember? Hello? I wonder if I put my device all the way out away from me, if it will get more activity. What year are you from? Are you sleeping? Yeah, I think that's a packaged question. Is a bee gonna sting me again?
Excuse me.
Oh, God bless you. I think these things have a lot of pre-recorded things that they recycle a lot. A lot of these devices, the apps will say this and say that. I don't know. Maybe it's something different. If it had responded to the question and given me a number, then I would think that it's more intelligent, and that this is an intelligent entity and not just something that's not just a random algorithm thing. But I mean, the responses that I got, well, I can't say that that's just a random algorithm thing, because yeah. Are there any ways to see the words? You do not currently have any saved videos. Okay, I want to see the words that came up. I guess we can watch the video again though, yeah? Ah, lovely. You saw a bee again? Ugh. I want to say I'm still, the first bee sting over a month ago, I'm still healing from. It's still itchy. Alright, well, we're going to go off of Ghost Tube, then we're going to try another app. I'm going to leave Ghost Tube open on this and try... Did I download Spiritus? Did I download? No. Yeah, I did. Can you give me a number?
Welcome to Spiritus.
So the numbers I'm looking for is 1, 2, 3, or 4. One. I want to hear it again. Say it twice, and I will listen. 4. One or 4? One it is.
Kitchen.
Kitchen. Oh, you heard 4 again too? Okay. We'll do 1 and 4 then. Alright, so...
D.
You like D? You like D's story? Is that a cat? Did you like the stories tonight about Nightmarchers? Okay, I'll tell you what, if you make it stop raining, I will leave. Can you make it stop raining? Fool.
Continue.
Fool. Continue. Wow. Fool. What? So the ghost tube just said fool, continue, and then the spirit box said fool. Oh.
Now D.
Can you put D again? D. What's up with D?
Now.
Now, if you make the rain stop, I'll leave. Yeah. We're here. Okay.
Angela.
Angela. It's gonna rain more? Okay. No, okay, well.
I can talk.
I can't talk. No, that was Saturday, wasn't it? So Saturday, you know, we'll turn this off. We'll turn the Spiritus off because there's just a lot of noise. Saturday was really interesting. Saturday was there was a spirit that, if any of you guys watch Saturday's live, it was about what, 2.5, 3 hours. It was kind of intense. There was a spirit there.
Message for you.
Message for you. That's the message. That was the thing on the app. There was a spirit that needed to be crossed over. There was a girl, but then there was a other spirit of a guy keeping her there. And when we tried to cross her over, the thing got mad and pushed one of our friends, Kaleo. And that thing was just mad. I could feel that thing. It was disturbing. It was just really angry, really upset, really pissed off. I wouldn't say upset. The thing was mad that we're taking away its food. Yeah. Felt like you guys better come over here and enjoy the rain. But yeah, no, this thing was mad that we took away its food, we took away its prisoner. We're trying to do that, right? And so, man, it was all around us. I don't know if you guys heard me on the live with this bad camera, but I was praying. Yeah, Jubu told me as well that can't hear a lot on the YouTube, on the Facebook, but he could hear on the YouTube. So I got to figure out how the mic is working and why it's doing that. Yeah, I got real strong. They even said witchcraft. Like this girl, this spirit was used for some kind of rituals or something like that, and yeah, it was bad. Good night. If I could make the croaky frogs, I would. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna start packing up now. I can handle. I can do it by myself. I'll be fine. As long as my light stays on. Frick, no jigs. I'll tell you what, hey, fuck tonight. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow night. We're gonna talk about Pohaku. Stories about the Pohaku. Stories about how the rocks have curses or blessings or that kind of stuff, depending how you treat them, yeah? So, have a great night and have a great day tomorrow. See you guys again. Aloha.